right. All right. We are live. Welcome, IGTV, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday. I know I am majorly early today, but I have an event that starts here in about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So I need to get my butt in gear and get this done ahead of time, because that's the whole thing about being consistent is, well, being consistent. And I know these go over better in the morning than trying to do them later at night when people are busy, especially on a Friday. So today I'm reflecting on reflecting. I know, kind of seems kind of weird, but this week has been a very good week for doing just that. The weather has either been really nice or kind of crappy. So I enjoyed sitting out on my deck with some tea. For those of you who might have seen it, it was an amazing time to just sit and reflect on where I've been and where I want to go. We need more of that in our life so that we don't choose to be confused. And by that I mean clear as mud. Okay? When we choose to numb ourselves with Netflix or social media or any of those things for extended periods of time, that means there's something in our life that isn't going the way we want it, so we're hiding the pain. Instead of facing said pain, bringing it out into the light and weakening it. When we reflect, that's what we do. And when we're reflecting, it means we're in the present moment. It brings awareness. And as I like to say, warrior awareness to it, because it's a time when we bring it to the present where we can do it with no judgments, or at least slightly less. Because when we're first beginning, yeah, it can feel like we're going through it all over again. But as we become more and more objective and just look at it as a case of what can I do to learn from this emotion or the past event or circumstance that created today's circumstances or things like that, we begin to use those emotions or feelings or events as our circle of advisors, that round table of advisors. So that's kind of why I really wanted to reflect on the reflecting, is because as we do this more and more, even if it's only once a week to start with, or you try to give about 5 minutes a day, it slowly becomes a habit and it becomes easier and easier and easier. And I know coming into the event today, the coordinator wanted us to attempt to digitally detox. And I had planned on doing it on a Saturday and ended up finding I didn't do it because it was so easy to grab my phone or to pick up a book or to hit my computer or do something, that it really kind of hit me once I finally became aware of it. And I'm like, wow, I do it while I'm watching TV. Commercials come on while I'm watching TV with the hubby, because that's like our standing date Monday through Friday. We watch a little TV together, and all of a sudden commercials come on. I'm grabbing for my phone. And 9 times out of 10, he's already on his phone because he's probably seen the MASH episodes 600 times, because that man watches a ton more TV than I do. But it's our together time, Monday through Friday, when we're all busy, because of course on the weekends, we're all kind of doing our own thing, especially with the pandemic. So it's really kind of a case of how do we get into reflection mode? For me, it used to be grabbing a cup of coffee. Now it's a naturally decaffeinated tea. Since I've been going through the wonderful WildFit program, it has been an amazing thing. Even reflecting on that, and we're not even done with the program. We still got 1 more week to go. And I have to admit, the fact that I've released and will never find again at least 30 pounds I'm happy with that. I'm reflecting on that, on the fact that I feel better. I have more energy. I can spend that time, that mental energy now, because I'm no longer in a fog, which means I'm clearer and I'm not choosing to be confused about what I put in my body so I can actually get a good output, because what goes in comes out. Okay. And so we want good stuff coming in. We want good stuff going out. And so that just is something that I really loved about this week. The energy of this week was really getting clear so we can get focused on what we want. And especially going into the quantum shift event, I wanted to be as clear as possible so I can transform myself by the end of these 3 days, in the best possible way. Because I know it's going to be something very tiny that comes out of this event that is going to shift the trajectory of not only my personal self, but my professional self. It's not extremely easy to start from scratch because we don't want to fail. We want things to be perfect. Yet, in the end, we need to strive for progress, not perfection. Because the beauty of all things, we can go back and fix them. That is the good thing. We can go back and fix it, or we can perfect it a little bit more in the next edition or whatever we're doing. So it's an amazing thing to be able to sit and reflect and go, okay, I put this out. It's out there. I have people doing it. Those people give me feedback. I change a few things in the next iteration or the next time I record something or the next time I write, it's an ongoing process. The same as transformation. It's ongoing. This is round 2 of quantum shift for me, and I can't wait because I'm a different person than I was 4 months ago. And so this is something that reflecting on that and taking the time for a couple of minutes a day with my tea or water or whatever it happens to be. And sometimes the dog is in my lap while I'm doing it, or I'm outside listening to the birds or whatever it is. Take the time because it is a version of self-care and, at least for me, self-love. Because every time I pull an emotion or a past trauma or something that didn't go right in the past, every time I bring that out into the light of day, or at least into my mental awareness, I can work on it. And that lessens that power, especially for my fears and limiting beliefs. So I am getting ready to get on this event. So I'm going to go so I can get ready for that and get just as pumped up for that as I am about this, because amazingly, this event is going to transform. I already know that. So going into it, I'm even more pumped than the first time. This is the thing. Do things that light you up and go all in. Okay? Now, the Warrior Epiphany coming April 5th. Get in now or you're going to miss out. Talk to you later. Bye.